couple who has been on the country Irish scene for more years than I can remember. Would you welcome, please, Michael O'Brien and Philomena. Michael, Philomena, welcome.
Thank you
very much. That was a great song, The Right Combination.
Thank you, Richard. Yeah, it's quite a while now since we recorded that one. It's the title track of that particular CD.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song, and it is the right combination, isn't it?
Well, hopefully it is.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, it is. You're looking fantastic. Look, it's absolutely brilliant. And Philomena, you look gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Richard. Thank you.
It's the treatment.
It's the treatment. Yeah. He's obviously treating you very well. He's looking after you.
He is. He's looking after me. And likewise.
You're very, very busy, Michael.
We're fairly busy. Yeah, can't complain because everybody's been hit in one way or another by the present state of affairs. But thankfully, we're doing all right, and we're tagging along, and we're over and back here to the UK about every 4 to 5 weeks. And then we do our gigs up and down the country at home in Ireland, and we do some trips away, and we work with Enjoy Travel quite a bit, and we've been doing some of the cruises as well.
Great. That's where you get your suntan from.
Oh, well, we've just come back from Ibiza.
Have you? Have you enjoyed it?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And what kind of crowds are you getting in?
Good. Very good.
Yeah, it's quite good, and Ibiza now was very enjoyable this time, and the weather was fantastic, luckily enough. The last time we were in Spain, which was last Christmas, it rained every day. But that's the look of the draw, and that's the way it goes. And
so, Michael, you've been a while in the business now, haven't you? How long is it?
Oh, longer than I care to remember.
Yeah, I was just saying that myself.
I recorded my first album, LP it was in those times, in 85.
Right.
1985. And it came out, I think, around Christmas time or December, and got first play on RTE. And
can you remember the song that they first played?
I can, actually. It was a song that I wrote myself called Nashville. And I think on the next programme, a song called The Veil of White Lace was played.
And that was a massive hit for you, wasn't
it? And there was a top 10 going that time as well. And the next time I heard it, it was the following week, it was #1.
Right.
It just came from sort of no place to #1.
Yeah.
And of course the shock of it nearly knocked me sideways, because...
And of course that set you on the road to stardom, because shortly after that then, of course, RTE did a big documentary on you.
Well, it was maybe nearly 2 years later.
Was it?
I had my second album recorded.
Right.
In fact, I had just recorded my third CD, my third album. There were no CDs at that time. And RTE became interested, and they were looking for somebody who was kind of a little bit different in the business. And the reason they were interested was because I had worked kind of from the bottom up, and I sort of more or less promoted myself as I went along. And then at the time I was working as a nurse, and so they were interested from that point of view also, and they came to do an interview. In fact, it went on for about 10 days. Yeah. And
the cameras just following
their camera crew, and I went to various places, went to the studio where I had been recording, and I had just recorded part 2 of The Veil of White Lace, which became a hit all over again, because I felt like the story needed a happy ending.
Yeah.
And I had this idea in my head for a long time, so I eventually got it down on paper, and I just recorded it, and they were actually in the studio doing the recording. Right. Well, we were doing the recording. And so from there on, the stations were playing part 1 and part 2 together. People wanted to hear the whole story and to get the continuity of the story.
Yeah.
So it more or less went on from there. I joined KTEL then at that point.
Yeah.
And had some very good years with them.
Yeah, because at that time, I mean, KTEL was a big organisation in Ireland.
They were sort of worldwide.
And so to have been signed up to that label was a very big thing.
And they did their first TV ads as well around that time for that particular album that came out then. It was called Something for Everyone.
Right.
And it was selling, I think, around between 5,000 and 6,000 a week, which was huge numbers in those times, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And I had got a silver and a gold disc, I think, within about 6 weeks.
Right. And at that time then, of course, you were with the band, and were you touring up and down the country?
I had my own band at that stage, and we were up and down the country, and we were over and back here to the UK, and things were going pretty good. Yeah. And so we continued doing that for, I suppose, about 10 years.
Right.
Things started to change a little bit for everyone in the business, and started to slip, I suppose, a little bit. Yeah. So you kind of have to go with the times. Yeah. So then, as time went on, I felt I just wanted to do something different. I had taken leave of absence from the hospital during this time. So I just still wanted, I suppose, to keep my foot in the door a little bit. So I quit the band, and Philomena also had her own band up until that time, and so we started working together.
Right.
As a
now,
duo.
were you married?
We were, when we started working together, yes.
Right.
We were just about.
And did everybody approve when you took them home?
Oh yes, why not? Yeah.
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 Passed the test.
Good catch, was it?
Well, I think so.
And that's great. And I must say that you work very well together, and you're known as the most friendliest band on the scene.
Oh, really? Oh, well,
that's nice.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's been said. And so, what's it like being on the road with him, Philomena?
Well, it has its ups and downs, you know, but most of the time it's
Does he pay you well?
Well...
Or does he pay you too?
Oh, well, I get payment all right, now and again.
Yeah.
Yes, no, we can't complain now. We have ups and downs, but sure, everybody has it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be any good if we, you know, but most of the time now,
he's
all right.
The business is hard, Michael, isn't it?
It is, yeah. She gets me out of an out-hold every now and then, all right, you know.
Yeah. The business is difficult at the moment.
It is difficult, but it's difficult for everyone now, Richard, and you have to sort of go with the times, and that's why we've been doing different things. And we were going to America, and we were doing some of the festivals in America, and we were doing the cruises, Caribbean and Mediterranean, and it was just a bit different, and it took us away from our own local scene. But at the same time, we're thankful that we're still hanging in there.
And you're attracting some great crowds to the dances.
Not too bad now, not too bad. We've had some good nights, and I suppose you get both, and you have an odd night as well. There mightn't be. Yeah. You might be clashing with a lot of other bands around the place, and so they can't all have the crowd.
And the beauty is, of course, now you've a base here in the UK, which makes things a bit easier for you.
That makes it a little bit easier. I used to hate that drive across down to the ferry and across the country here again. So we just fly into Liverpool. It's 45 minutes from Shannon, and it's taking a lot of the pressure off. Yeah. Trying to make life a little bit easier, you know.
Absolutely. And so, in terms of what's the future holding, you're going to lots more tours and.
Well, I suppose we'll hang in while the going is good, and while people will still book us and will still come out to our dances.
You're wearing well. I mean, you're looking very good for if you're a few years in the business. You know.
Well,
so
we'll
you put that down to the sun and the.
Well, I don't know, what do you put it down to?
Because you're getting a lot of trips away, aren't you?
We're getting quite a few, I suppose, all right, yeah. But we'll probably do some new recordings and see what the future holds then. And hang in there for another while.
One day at a time.
That's right, as the song says.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, listen, it's a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Richard.
I've been looking forward to meeting you, and I'm delighted that things are going so well for you.
Thank you very much.
And keep up the good work. We'll be having another song later on in the show from you. But in the meantime, Michael and Philomena, thank you so much indeed.
Thank you, Richard, and thank you for having me.